bred in southeast Victoria, Darren Wheildon is back in Gippsland, living by the coast and working for a local construction company.
When I first went to Melbourne years ago, I started off doing an apprenticeship as a cabinet maker, and I got homesick and sort of moved home and was sort of having too many days off, so it sort of didn't work out. But yeah, and then I played footy professionally and didn't really do much work on a few little bits and pieces, and then when I retired, moved down to the country and got into the building game and been here ever since.
The man known as Doc spent his childhood in Newborough, a town not far from the open-cut coal mines that power Victoria. A talented junior footballer, he was drafted by Fitzroy in 1987 at the age of 17.
So it was the first time I moved out of home. It was it was a bit daunting, so I got a bit homesick and moved home for the first year. Played footy for Newborough, played in a premiership side actually, so in 1988 was my first senior flag. I was sort of playing centre-half forward, half-forward flank back in the country before I went to Fitzroy, and then went to Fitzroy in 89 and played in the reserves premiership in 89. So I was thinking, oh gee, how easy is this? And haven't played in another final since.
The Lions won that reserves grand final in 89 by physically targeting their Geelong opponents, and Wheildon led the charge.
Against two here, Scott pretty well placed, comes to the front of the pack, Conlon runs onto it and goals.
The coach said we needed to fix up a couple of blokes in them sort of words. A few blokes took it upon themselves. We won the game after being, I think, 45 points down, and we went to knuckle and come back and won. I got 6 weeks, unfortunately, but anyway, you get that.
Wheildon has a snapshot of goal. That looks pretty good. It's his third.
And there's a good mark taken by Wheildon.
Earlier that year, he'd set the footy world abuzz by tearing apart the Brisbane Bears at Carrara.
Just one of them things where the ball just went into my arms. I think I kicked 7 goals straight, so it's fair experience, I suppose, my third game.
He soon became a cult hero among the Fitzroy supporters.
I used to have really short hair, all on top and sort of a little bit shorter on the side. And one night, after having a few beers, and we thought, oh, I wonder what I look like if we shaved it, because there was actually a line around there where you could see. We thought, oh, yeah, we'll shave that. The result ended up being a monk haircut. I don't know what I was thinking, but yeah, it's just what happened.
But he backed up his out-there personality by kicking many miraculous goals.
Doctor goes for goal! The drop punt's on its way, and he's kicked it!
His effort against the Eagles at North Hobart in '92, one of the best.
Towards the pocket, Wheildon goes off the ground. It's his afternoon. What sort of a goal is that?
I'd say brilliant.
I got ripped off. It should have been goal of the year. Might have been Bobby Davis said it was too fluky, he said. So anyway, he didn't have a chat to me. I would have loved to say to him, well, mate, I wasn't trying to kick it into the pie stand, you know, so went straight for the big sticks.
Wheildon was often in the news for the wrong reasons, like when he was reported and fined $750 for shaking a goalpost while his teammate was having a shot in 1993. But he enjoyed a few other great days out in his 70 games for the Lions.
Wheildon does brilliantly, heads back for an open goal, has a bounce, 5 metres out, kicks it.
8 goals against the Swans at the SCG.
Marked on the goal. Oh, Wheildon says hello to the crowd. Hope he's all right. He's gone head first over the fence. He's a rough, tough little customer, Darren Wheildon. And if he's got a chance to kick another goal, he recovers pretty quickly. Oh, he's kicked it. He's got it. It's raining goals for Fitzroy. That's 9.
Another one I kicked 7 at Moorabbin against St Kilda, and actually my 7th put us in front with them with about a minute to go or something, and then Stuart Lowe's taken a mark about 60 metres out and done a big torpedo straight through the middle and won the game from the Sirens gone about 2 minutes later. And yeah, so that probably them 2 games stick out.
But after playing 15 games and kicking 26 goals in the 1994 season, he was given the boot.
I still haven't heard why I got the flick. Yeah, which is a pretty weak effort, I think. I suppose it wasn't the hardest training. I was sort of known as a bit of a party boy, I suppose. To have a drink on a Saturday and Sunday, and pretty heavily too, I suppose. But that's just the way it was back then, you know, like it's totally different now. But yeah, but I don't know, you know, I don't hold any grudges, you know, that's the way they want to deal with it, you know, good luck to them. You know, I just think it was pretty weak effort, I reckon.
Fitzroy champion Bernie Quinlan was the Lions coach at the time.
But yeah, I just find it a bit hard that, you know, that he hasn't spoken to me and given me a reason why that we're going to delist you and everything. But, you know, I moved on, you know, big deal, I suppose.
In '95, Wheildon spent a season at West Adelaide in the SANFL before he was given the chance to train with the Adelaide Crows. Then, out of the blue, Kevin Sheedy used Essendon's first pick in the national draft to bring him to Essendon. Wheildon played a couple of reserves games for the Bombers until one bad decision cost him dearly.
I've been actually out with the Fitzroy boys that night. We'd been out having a few beers at a few different nightclubs. And yeah, we'd come out at 4 or 5 in the morning, and it was a nightclub where it was no eave or anything out the front. It's just a flat building. So I came out, it was pouring rain. There was nowhere to shoulder. So I thought, oh yeah, there's something across the other side of the road, and started running across the road, and yeah, and got skittled by a car at 60 k's an hour. So yeah, quite lucky to be alive, really. If I hadn't been probably so drunk, it'd probably saved me.
Essendon immediately cut ties with its star recruit.
They give me the cold shoulder. Johnny Corcoran came in on the Monday or something and said, you know, see you later. Actually, see you later. And then when I went to see him about, you know, what's going on with the contract and that, and they put the back onto me saying that, oh, you didn't turn up to training, you didn't turn up to rehab, but I got told 2 days later that, you know, you're not welcome back. You know, maybe I should have trained harder and, yeah, got off the sauce and stuff, I suppose, but, yeah.
Wheildon remains in contact with many of his old Fitzroy teammates, thanks largely to the Brisbane Lions past players group.
Jeremy Gard used to play at Fitzroy too. He's manager down in Melbourne manager and looks after all that sort of stuff. So he gets in contact and we catch up, you know, once or twice a year at a game, which is good. And also I go away, catch up with Jace Baldwin and Brett Chandler. I go away fishing for a week every year, so look forward to that.
But his focus in recent years has been life and footy in the bush.
Played for Montague for three years. Played under, Brett Lovett come down and coached for a year. And then I went to Inverloch for a year and finished off at Kilcunda Bass, which is just down the road here. I went back and started playing in the forward line, but I was sick of having me playing on 5 blokes. You know, I'd have 5 blokes jumping into me back, you know, and all that. And I said, this is crap. Put me in the back line. I went back to the back line. I couldn't believe it. Couldn't believe how easy it is. Us forwards have had it so hard for years.
Now 41, he's a proud husband and father to son Ethan. And although his party boy days are long gone, he still knows how to enjoy himself at the end of a long week on the tools.
Oh, he's a character, all right. He's always got a laugh, he's got a yarn. He loves a beer, so come first thing in the morning, we always get a good story about the arvo before or the night before. Darts Wednesday night, you had the grand final Wednesday night, so there's a few yarns there.
Cheers.